Okay, Riley, we're going to start with Anthony Dasher, and then we're going to go to Mark Weiser.
Sweet.
Hey, Riley, congrats on the award, man. That's great.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach was talking about a while ago that, obviously huge series coming up, but it's not a situation where he feels like he needs to tell you guys too much about that. As one of the, captain and team leaders and all that, do you, though, as a player, feel like it's something you're going to need to say before this thing gets underway?
Yeah, no doubt. I think a lot of the freshmen and a lot of the people on the team have a good feeling and they know what this series is all about. I don't think we have to get the guys going. They know what it means. I think the biggest thing, though, is just understanding that, it's just another game. We just go out there and do our thing, play the best of our ability, not trying to do too much, just doing what we do. Because if we play the best baseball we've played throughout this year, we're going to be fine. First thing comes in my head is playing like we played at Vanderbilt. I know we weren't trying to do too much. We were just trying to play our game, and good things worked out.
I want to ask you real quick. Lakos was saying, about being senior day, on Saturday. Of course, you're a senior, but also your good friend Mason Meadows, a senior as well. I mean, can you just, talk about him just a little bit and just kind of what he's been through and just kind of what's impressed you the most about how he's handled this whole situation he's been through?
Yeah, man. I mean, I could go for days talking about Mason. First of all, Mason just means so much to me. He truly has been a brother for me since day one when I got here. His dad, I always bring this up, but his dad always brings up about versus iron sharpens iron. And man, that's like the true definition of who he is. He wants the best for everybody. He really does. And he shows. I mean, obviously he hasn't played to the amount that he has wanted this year, but he has been there for every single person in the locker room, on the field, cheering him on. And like just his attitude. I mean, I talked to him because we're roommates on the road. I was like, man, like, because we're both. He's a believer, he's a Christian, and I'm like, man, just like you don't know if you know it, but the amount that you're doing for the kingdom right now, by just like how strong and how powerful you're going through this situation. Even though we know that you want to play, but man, you're being a light for the kingdom is so powerful, and it's so much more power than you can even think of right now. So man, like I said, I could go on for days. He truly has been an encourager for me. I mean, I'm thinking about our redshirt year when we're working out together. I mean, Coach Giro, he's got us going through some tough workouts, but we're challenging each other. I remember we're doing planks and we're supposed to go for 2 minutes and we didn't want to go down. So we went for 5 minutes because I didn't want him to beat me. He didn't want me to beat him. So man, like he's a brother. He's somebody who means so much. And you can tell, like, I mean, in the locker room, I've already said, but on the locker room, off the field, on the field, he's a true leader. He really is.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Riley, I wanted to ask you, how's your knee doing, and do you expect what's your availability going to be for these 3 games?
Yeah, it's feeling good. The plan is to go for it tomorrow. We were thinking about playing get me going yesterday, but we were talking about how big this series is this weekend, and would rather me be fully ready for this weekend to be able to play all 3 games at 100%. So obviously it was tough last night, going to extras and not getting out there. But I know that when I'm playing this weekend, it's just my focus will be on that, and I'll be ready to go.
What will it be like, you think, to play before full capacity at home? I mean, can that kind of be a little bit of a bump for you guys, a boost?
Yeah, no doubt. That's big. And I'm thinking about 2 years ago when we had the full capacity. I mean, I remember looking at our record, and I mean, we won a lot of games at home. And a lot of that had to do with, obviously we had a good team, but also had to do with the fans in the stands, the crowd. So that's going to definitely give us a bump, and we're really looking forward to it. I know a lot of the freshmen, they haven't had the experience of playing in front of the home fans. We played in front of away fans at Arkansas, but the fact that we have all those fans going for us now this weekend, it's going to be something special.
Thank you.
Okay, next we're going to go to Chip Towers, and then we're going to go to Jed May.
Yeah, Riley, I just looking for a little perspective. Here we are, last series of the season. It comes down to this, right? And you guys have had so many, it seems like so much adversity and everything with pitching, and you have yet another different pitching lineup for this particular week. Can you just talk about the struggle that the season has been, and this kind of encapsulate what this this series means to all that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's definitely struggles as far as injuries, COVID related things. But what's super cool is just that there's always been someone to step up. First person comes to my head is actually two people, is Cam Guidry and Liam Sullivan. You know, Cam came in. We had some injuries earlier in the year and went off. I mean, hit a big, I think it was a game tying double. Might have been a go ahead double in the right center gap. And then Liam Sullivan last weekend. And I wasn't last weekend, the week before, when we were at Arkansas. I mean, I can't remember how many innings it went, but threw super well, and he stepped up since. So I think that shows a lot about the team, you know, going out there and just doing our thing, knowing that the next person's got our back. But I think, I think going into this weekend, I think we just go do our thing. Know that whatever happens, we got another guy to step up. So yeah. I think I answered that. I think you had another question. I'm trying to remember it.
Well, no, in basketball, right? You know, it's all about the tournament, right? It's all about the tournament.
Right.
Does that translate the same way in baseball? I mean, you guys would be firmly on the bubble if you looked at it in that context.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, you know, when a team gets hot, and it's a good time right now to get hot. Again, I keep coming back to different memories from past years, but you look at Auburn a couple years ago, didn't really have the greatest season, but they made it to Omaha. So if you get hot at the right time, good things will happen, and I think it's a good time to get hot.
Thank you. That's terrific. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Riley, you know, obviously there's no hiding from how big this series is this weekend. When you guys have so many freshmen that are contributing, you know, like Corey Collins, Fernando Gonzalez, all those guys in the bullpen, I guess as a senior, what do you say to those guys to keep them from making a bigger deal of this than it really is?
Yeah, for sure. I think I just talk to them about my past experiences, you know, 2 years ago playing in the regional at home, coming down to the line against Florida State. Obviously it didn't turn out how we wanted to. But it kind of is the same perspective. Just telling about past memories of, you know, when it was my first time experiencing these things. And really what it comes down to, man, is it's the same game we've played this whole year. It's the same game we played against Vanderbilt. It's the same game we played opening day. Nothing changes. We just do our thing. I mean, they're talented enough. What's super cool too is about all these freshmen is they're really mature. You know, a lot of guys, Coach Strick always says the best thing about a freshman is they turn a sophomore. But even though they've been freshmen, they have been mature since day one. And they've overcome a lot of things, adversity, whether that means going and playing in front of Arkansas and performing really well, or injuries or whatever it is. They're a really mature group of freshmen. And I know that they're going to handle it. And I think that's a thing that I could be cool to talk to them about is, man, like, ever since I got here, or ever since y'all got here, I've noticed how mature y'all are. Like, this situation is not too big for y'all. Y'all gonna do your thing. Just be yourself, and the good things are gonna happen.